Hi, it's Tanya with Red Cardinal Crafts, and today I'm going to be talking about the different pencils and erasers and stuff that I use for sketching. So I have to go out in the garage and get my big wooden tripod thing. Just an update, I've been doing so good with not spending anything. I'm on a spending freeze for craft supplies for 2018. Today is actually February 23rd and I have yet to buy anything. However, there is a tripod thing that I want to get for my desk. I did get a Manfrotto for Christmas and it's really nice and it's set up here in the corner and I love it. But I need an overhead thing. This is a little tripod thing that I have for my iPhone and it works okay, but it's a little tricky. It shakes quite a bit. I do want to film on my camera instead, so there is an articulated arm that I want to get by Manfrotto, and it has a clamp and everything for my desk. So I will be buying that, but technically that's not a craft supply. That's a vlogging supply. So I'm just gonna put it under the title of that. But yeah, so let me just go get my old wooden tripod thing and set up my camera and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the bin that I have all my pencils and everything in, erasers and stuff. The first thing I have here, you'll see these in some art stores. They're just rolled up gray paper, and you can use these for blending, and it works with charcoal and chalk and pastels and stuff. I did try to use this one with some pencil. I didn't find it worked that great, but I have not tried it with charcoal and everything, so I will try that at some point. Then I have some erasers, and I just use these Staedler erasers. They're just latex-free plastic erasers. You can get a whole set of these at Walmart, or you can buy them individually at places like Blick and stuff, and you know, like Walmart, stuff like that. You can also get these. They're just for the end of your pencil. These ones are by Pentel. Same idea. And I just thought those would be good to have for on the end of some of my pencils that are running out of erasers. These are the pencils that I use quite a bit. They're just a Papermate classic 2 HB pencil that you would use in school. So I have quite a few of those laying around. I have a couple pencil cases. I have another one of this style. I got these in Bermuda at a little card store and they were really cute. They were marked down to like $2 or whatever. So I ended up with two because I bought one and one of the kids bought one and then they didn't want to use it afterwards. So in here I just keep these kind of ready to go. So this one has a few different pencils in it and I will explain the pencils, numbers and stuff on those in a minute. But I keep some regular graphite pencils in here. I also keep a blue pencil, and then I have just a pencil sharpener and a kneaded eraser. So I'll show that to you in a minute. So I just keep these as like ready to go pencil cases so that if we're going somewhere, run out the door, and I just want to grab a couple pencils and go, it's just ready to do that. This one here I keep in my urban sketching bag, and I will explain what I carry in that bag in another video. I have a kneaded eraser, a pencil sharpener, a white eraser, and then different pencils. I have a white pencil, I have a blue pencil, and I have a regular one. I have a stick eraser. These are really cool. Again, it's the same kind of Staedler eraser, but it comes in a stick form, and these are really good. I have a skinnier one that I have in this pencil case, so I'll show you in a minute. But you just adjust the length of it and how much eraser you need at the time. And then this is another thing that I keep in here, especially for my urban sketching bag. It's a water brush. So just regular bristles, but this whole tube is filled with water, and you just squeeze gently and it brings water out, and then you can use it with your watercolor. So it's really handy to have, and then you don't have to have a separate water when you're working. It just is all contained in the brush. So this one I keep in my urban sketching bag. Then I have this pencil case, and this is just filled with so much stuff. So I have pencil sharpeners, more of these erasers. This is just kind of all my extra stuff that I keep in here. Here's another one of those stick erasers, but this is a smaller barreled one, so it's a little bit tinier so you can get in closer when you're erasing. And then I have just some loose pencils. I keep a pen in here, And then I have the Kneaded Eraser, which I'll explain in a minute. I'll just take that out, and I'll leave these ones out too. And I have a mechanical pencil. Now I have two in here. They're two different sizes, and they're both by Pentel. They're Graphgear 500 mechanical pencils, and I really enjoy using these. I don't like this one so much. This is a 0.5, and I find it almost too small. This is a 0.7, and I enjoy this. I actually have two of these, and I keep my second one in here. I have this little pencil case that I keep strapped onto my Moleskine, and I have my 0.7 one in there with a sticky eraser, and that's all I carry with that, but it's all contained and ready to go with my Moleskine. 0.7 is just a nice size lead, and you can get different color leads for it. So these are just the standard leads for it, and you get 12 in a little case, and then you get these, and you can get some red and blue leads, but this is for the 0.5 pencil, and like I said, I just find it really small. They didn't have 0.7 when I went to buy these that day at Blick, so I just bought the 0.5 and that smaller pencil, but you can get a 0.5, a 0.7, and a 0.9. I haven't tried the 0.9, but I must say I really love this, and I use this every day for my daily sketches if you've been following along. So love, love, love this pencil. So I'll show you that in a minute. And then here's another one that I bought. This is a Prismacolor col-erase. You'll hear different artists talking about these. I'm actually not a fan of it, but I'll show you what that's like in a minute when I go to use it. And then these are all my graphite pencils, and I'll show you what I have right here. I have a whole case of them in here, and I'll talk about that in a minute actually. I have this old box of Royal Sovereign pencils. They're British made. I got these at the barn. There was some blue pencils, and they're just fun to sketch with. You'll see people sketch with red and blue pencil all the time. And then here's a red pencil. I have a Disney sketch that I ended up getting at the parks one time. I'll just show you that. Of course, it would have to be Mickey Mouse. Has a little Disney seal on there, but you can see that they had sketched with red pencil. A lot of illustrators do that, and then they go over it with their final lines. So you'll see people use red, and you'll see people use blue, so that's what those are. Then I have this little case. I have a sketchbook set, and it came in a little box, and when I was going through my bins the other day, I got rid of the box. It actually looked like this. It's a sketchbook kit, and there's a nice little book inside about sketching, and then it came with this little sketchbook, and it came with some charcoal, and this was just me messing around doing some sketches. This was Kerrigan back in 2012. She was 9, and she was doing some poses for me to try and do some sketches. But charcoal, as you can see, is very messy. Let me just see with these little blending tools what these can do for you. Let's just take one of the smaller ones, and let's just see. Let's grab something with some... Oh yeah, you can blend it out a little bit. I mean, it's easier than using your finger, I suppose. But yeah, I don't work with charcoal a whole lot. So I just did some sketches of her posing, and then I drew this little alien called Bob. So that was a whole little pencil set, and inside you got those 2 books, you got a little eraser, you got the charcoal in here, which is very messy, so I'm just leaving it wrapped up in that. And then a wax crayon, and then 3 pencils. There was a B, an HB, and a 3B. So I've just, when I got rid of the box the other day, I just decided to keep that in this little tin. This is from UNICEF. I bought this back in, oh my gosh, the early 90s when we were living in Toronto. It was a cute little set, and it had a pen inside. The pen has since died and gone off to a better place, so that's all I have left is the tin, but it's really cool. I got these from my mom, actually. She worked in a stationery warehouse years ago, and it was the coolest thing. I used to get to walk through the warehouse and look at all the supplies and everything, and she had these colored pencils there, so I used to get a discount. It was pretty cool. So they're the Barrel Prismacolor set. This was the 60th anniversary, and it has a little thing here that'll hold the box open, but really cool, and it's got a fuzzy felt thing going on there. And then these are my Lyra? No idea how to pronounce that. 72 Rembrandt Aquarell watercolor pencils, and these are beautiful. Scott and the kids got these for me to congratulate me for getting my book deal back in 2005 or 6 or whatever that was, and then of course it fell through, but they bought these for me when I came back from Halifax after promoting my book and getting the deal, the initial deal that eventually fell through. But these are beautiful. They're watercolor pencils. I will do a video about these at some point. And you can see I haven't used them a whole lot, but it's almost like they're so expensive and nice. I don't want to wreck them. But yeah, I will do a video about these because I would like to play with them a little bit more. But it's basically a colored pencil, and then you can add water and make it into a watercolor brush. I don't know if I've got any information on the back. Nope, that's it. So that's what I have in this drawer. So I'm just going to put these things back, and then I'll talk about some of the pencils that I have here. Okay, so just move this out of the way. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so these are the graphic pencils that I use. They're graphite. This is a large set by Derwent, and it goes all the way from 9B to 9H. So I'll explain that to you and why there's such a range. You can tell I've used this pencil quite a bit. Okay, so when you have a pencil like a school pencil, it's generally, where's my school pencil? This is a 2HB. All right, like that. And we've all used an HB pencil. So it looks like this. And now I just have to stand up and check to see that this is going okay. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. This camera kills me. Okay. It's falling. All right. I just actually got off the computer ordering my my tripod arm thing. Okay. So here is a 2HB pencil. That's what we use in school. And then this set here has everything from a 9B up to a 9H, and they're written on the ends of the pencil there. So I think you can see that. I hope that's not blurry. Let me just stand up and check again. Okay, because I've filmed this a few times now, and it keeps getting blurry. Okay, so there's a 2HB pencil. In the middle of the box here, you see some HB pencils. So there's an HB pencil, same as what you would have in school. Then when you come in this direction, there's a B, so there's no longer the H. And as you go this way into the B pencils, the softer the leads are. So in this particular set, you get 2 HB pencils, you get a B, you get 2 of the 2B pencils. I'm just trying to twist these all so you can see them. Then you get 2 of the 4B pencils, and then you get a 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. A 2B, so this was B, a 2B is a little bit softer, and then so on and so on. There's the 3, and they're just really nice to sketch with. And then I'll jump all the way up. Well, let's do a 6. There's a 6B, and then we'll jump up to the 9. I'll show you that. This one's really soft. You can see the lead is kind of big and smushy, and that's a 9B. Now with a 2B, you can go like this, and you can shade, and you can keep going, and you can get really dark with it. And you can go really light with it. So there's, you know, a range with the pencils. I mean, you can do that with a school pencil too. You can go really light, and then you can go really dark. With the 9B, again, you can go light. It's smushier, if you will. It's a softer pencil. You seem to cover more area with it in a shorter amount of time. And then you can go really, really dark with the 9B. Now, going the other way, after the HBs, we have an F. So that's an F. It's kind of a hard one. I have one here. It's a Papermate Murado Classic, like with this little gold thing on the end. And this is a 2.5 F. So same idea. So they even sell school pencils that are like this. So that would be your F. Then it goes into H's. So in this particular set, you have an H, you get 2 of the 2 H's, and then it goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here is, this one's an H. And you can feel already the difference with the lead. It's a very hard lead. I'll jump up to a 4 H. You can probably even hear it on the paper, how hard it is, but it does give crisp lines. And then I'll jump up to a 9H, which you may not even be able to see. It's really fine. It's almost as if you're trying to draw with a knife. I hate it. It's really strange. It's a strange feeling, and I don't really know why you would use it. It feels like it's cutting into the paper. Let's try a 7. So that was a 9. Here's a 7. I mean, yeah, if you're doing some crisp lines, but if you go back to a 2B, you can do crisp lines. They're darker, so maybe there is a use for these. What was that, a 7? 7H? I don't know. This is a 2B. So this set here that I have, it retails at Target. They have it right now for $32. It's not this same design on the cover. It has a little bit different design, but it is the 9B up to the 9H. So Target has it for $32. Let me get my cheat sheet here. Target has it for $32.49. Way too much. Don't do that. Michaels and Joann's have it for $28. Still too much. Amazon has it for $19.56. So you can get, so this is the 24-piece set, and Amazon is the cheapest for, what did I say, $19.56. Okay, that's the 24 piece one. I think it's pointless. Don't do this. This was me just wanting to have all the things, because that's just my personality, and I want to have the entire set of everything. So yeah, you don't need this. Because if you ask me, this whole half of the pencils is a waste of money, because, sorry, I've set a ding on my text thing and I can't figure out how to get it off. This whole set from the F up to the 9H, to me, it's a waste. I don't get why you would use such a sharp pencil. So if you're doing something that you think you would use that, then great. This is a good set to get, and it's the cheapest on Amazon right now. There is a 12-piece set, which I think makes the most sense. It has a 6B. It goes from 6B. So this is your range here. So it's this, which is 6B. And it goes up to a 4H. So 4H. You can still see the lines, but it does give crisper lines. You can shade with it. It is a little bit lighter. But that set there for this 12-piece set, Michaels and Joann's have it for $26.99. Stupid. Like, you might as well just go to Amazon and get the 24-piece set for the $19.56. The 12-piece set at Joann's and Michaels is $26.99. That's insane. So just get the 24-piece set on Amazon. But you can get it on Amazon. Just because I live in Seattle does not mean I completely support Amazon. I'm just saying that they have good prices. And that 12-piece set is on for $12.47. All right. Boom, $12.47. And then there is a 4-piece set, which this is silly. I just think this is pointless. So it's everything from, it's a 2B. Am I in the shot? Yeah, okay. So it's a 2B, and you get a B, you get an HB, and you get a 2H. So I don't really get the point of that. There's not a whole lot of range there, and they're selling that. That's on Amazon which this is silly. So this is only the four-piece set. That's the 12. For $9.75. So this is your best deal. This 12-piece set on Amazon for $9.47, and you get 6B all the way to 4H. So that one makes the most sense to me, is the 12 piece. And this brand, this is the Derwent brand. You don't need this. You could do, there's a Prismacolor. I'm sure they have a set out there. I don't know what their prices would be. But just to get a range. The other thing you can do is you can buy these separately. You can see that I've bought these separate because they all have the individual price tags on them, and yes, that makes me absolutely cuckoo that those are on there. I just, like, oh, it drives me crazy that they put the price tags. But you can buy these separately. So I would have gone to Blick or somewhere in our travels and bought a set of pencils. So if you're going to do this, that's a good idea, because then you can just buy the ones you want. If you're trying to do a range, I would do, if you're just going to get 4 of them, I would do a 2B, a 4B, a 6B, and an 8. And then that's a nice range in there. Or you could do, you could get a B, or like a 2 or 3B, and then a 6, and then a 9. And then that way, so let's see, a 3. So then you've got a 3, and then a 6, 6B, and then a 9. And then you've got a range in there. And again, you can go light. This is a 9B going light. And then with the 3, where'd my 3 go? Right here. You can still get a nice range. So that's what I would recommend. Sorry, that's what I would recommend is getting a range like that and just get a few different pencils. But the H's, I don't get it. I don't know why you would ever use an H pencil. But yeah, you can buy some separately. The other pencil that I was going to show you is this Graphgear. This is the mechanical pencil I was talking about. I use these every day for my my daily sketches, and it's a great little pencil. I think it's just an HB pencil. You can shade with it, and what I like, you can get fairly dark with it. Not as dark as a 9B, but you can get dark with it. What I like about it is that it's all contained in the pencil. You can just grab the little thing of leads to take with you. I was showing you the leads earlier, so you can take this and a sticky eraser, and you're on the go. And that's what I keep in my Moleskine. I have the pencil, I take my stick eraser, and if I needed to, I could keep some extra leads in here. I don't. All I do is I keep the leads in the actual pencil. You just pop the end off. There is an eraser on there. I've worn mine down pretty good. And then your leads are just inside. So I have like 2 extra leads in there. And you're good to go. And it just makes it so much easier. And you can, because you've watched my last video about sketchbooks, you can just take this with you, and this little binder pouch thing I got at the dollar store, at the Daiso dollar store, and you're good to go. And you have your sketchbook with you, and a pencil and an eraser, and you're off to the races. So yeah, I would stick with just a couple of these pencils, or if you're all excited about sketching, go get a set. But again, like I said, just get the 12-piece set for $9.47. You can just start off with school pencils. That's all I used like for years, and I still do. If I'm really sitting down to do a pencil sketch, I will use these. But yeah, you can get by with just a school pencil. But these are fun, and I love these. And I saw these the other day at Fred Meyer. They're like $5.99. Then you can get a whole big pack of the leads. So those are really good. One more thing I'm just going to show you right quick are these erasers that I've been talking about. So this Kneaded Eraser, it's like a piece of clay. This is it here. And you can mold it. You can even snap it apart, which I've done, so I can put another little piece in a pencil case. But what you can do, and then you can stick it back together again. It is like a clay. So you can just mold it and squish it however you want to, and then you can just go through your thing and it erases. These other white erasers, I use these all the time. The sticky erasers that I have, I've got the turquoise one that's in my little bag here. I use these. I've used these for years. They're great too. They're just a little more precise. Now, the problem with these, if you go and erase, you can, I don't know if you can tell from there, but it gets all mushy because you're smudging the pencil. So what I recommend getting is one of these brushes, and you just do this and you brush the stuff away, and it doesn't affect your drawing and it won't get it all smudgy and dirty. These are only a couple dollars. You can get these at art stores. Michael's will have them. Blick has them. I got this one at the artshack.ca. I got this in Canada at an art store at one point. I had one years ago when I was in school. And then we had a pet bunny in our apartment. And our bunny kind of ate everything. Her name was Heather. She was lovely, but she loved to chew. And she attacked my brush one day. So I ended up getting a new one. But I've had this for years. But they're great, and they just get all the eraser stubbles off your desk without your hands getting all messy and messed up. But yeah, these kneadable ones are great. They come in a little package like this, so if you're looking for this in the store, it's not going to look like that. It's going to look like this in a little rectangle or square shape. And then you can just reshape it. If it gets dirty, you can just move it around. See, it's all filthy there. So you can just flip it like this and then erase some more. So there you go. So that's a kneaded eraser. So I got erasers, pencils, a few different types. So I hope that kind of helps you. I hope you guys are getting your sketchbooks ready and your pencils and stuff ready. I'm going to come back and do some quick little sketches as I talk to you about sketching. And I'm going to have a video about looking at different objects and finding the shapes in them and breaking everyday objects down into just some simple shapes and how to get started with just doing some rough sketches of things. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll be back with some more videos soon. Alright, take care. See ya.